What's going on, everyone? Happy Friday to everyone. Hopefully everyone is doing well and staying safe. If you had to take a COVID test in the last 24 hours, hopefully you have tested negative. Time now for the COVID variant update. This is the first one we've done in a couple weeks because it only updates every other week now on the CDC site. And we are going to start off with the national numbers. We're going to read all the numbers on the national level. But once we get into the region by region, we're only going to do the ones that are above 1%. So starting off with the national numbers here, XBB.1.5, though it is the variant with the most percentage, 39.9%, it does not anymore make up 50% of the variants. In fact, it is now 39.9%. Then comes XBB.1.16, which is up to 18.2%. Then XBB.1.9.1, which is 12.5%. XBB.1.16.1 is 8.4%, as is XBB.1.9.2, which is also 8.4%. XBB.2.3 is 6%. XBB is 3%. XBB.1.5.1 is 1.6%. FD.2 is 0.9%. XBB.1.5.10, yes, this is a new one. I don't think we've seen this before, is 0.8%. CH.1.1 is 0.2%. And BQ.1.1 is 0.1%. So clearly, there are a lot of variants right now, and it really is variant soup out there. Moving on to our first region: Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont. In this region, we see that XBB.1.5 is 37.2%, XBB.1.9.1 is 14.2%, XBB.1.16.1 is 12.7%, XBB.1.16 is 11.9%, XBB.1.9.2 is 9.8%, XBB.2.3 is 9%, XBB is 2.7%, and XBB.1.5.1 is 1.9%. Moving on to Region 2, New Jersey, New York, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. In this region, you will see XBB.1.5 is at 33.4%, XBB.1.16 is at 22.1%, which is rather interesting, because if you just saw the last region, XBB.1.16.1 was actually ahead of 1.16. Relatively confusing, and I won't understand why each region it's doing such differently. XBB.1.9.1 is 12.1%. Then comes XBB.1.16.1 at 9.9%. XBB.1.9.2 is 9.5%. XBB.2.3 is 6.5%. XBB is 3.9%. XBB.1.5.1 is 1.8%. Region 3, Delaware, District of Columbia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia. In this region, XBB.1.5 is 38.3%, XBB.1.16 is 18.2%, XBB.1.9.1 is 14.7%, XBB.1.16.1 is 9.5%, XBB.1.9.2 is 7%, XBB.2.3 is 6.3%, XBB is 3.2%, and XBB.1.5.1 is 2%. Region 4, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee. In this region, XBB.1.5 is 38.9%, XBB.1.16 is 18.8%, XBB.1.9.1 is 12.7%, XBB.1.16.1 is 8%, XBB.1.9.2 is 6.5%, XBB is 5.6%, XBB.2.3 is 4.5%. XBB.1.5.10 is actually up to 2.7%. And XBB.1.5.1 is 2%. So this XBB.1.5.10, that is new this week, and it's something we'll have to watch. We'll have to see if it rises. Region 5, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Ohio, and Wisconsin. XBB.1.5 is 42.8%. XBB.1.16 is 18.8%. XBB.1.9.1 is 10.5%. XBB.1.16.1 is 8.5%. XBB 192 is 8.0%, XBB 2.3 is 5%, XBB is 3.4%, XBB 151 is 2.3%, and at XBB 1.5.10, it's actually just only 0.2% in this region. Moving on to Region 6, Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas. In this region, we see that XBB 1.5 is 40.9%, XBB 1.16 is 21.5%, XBB 1.91 is 11.2%, XBB 1.16.1 is 8%, XBB 1.92 is 7.2%, XBB 2.3 is 6.2%, XBB is 2.2%, XBB 1.51 is 1.7%. Now we come to Region 7, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, and Nebraska, what I often call our wildcard region. And in this region, XBB 1.5 is 46.3%, then comes XBB 1.91 at 17.4%, then comes XBB 1.16.1 at 11.2%, then finally you get the XBB 1.16 at 8.5%, XBB 2.3 is at 5.7%, XBB 1.92 is at 5.2%, XBB is at 2.8%, XBB 1.51 is at 2.4%, and if you notice here, you don't see that other XBB 1.5.10 till you get all the way down here in the 0.0% category. Moving on to Region 8, Colorado, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah, and Wyoming. In this region, you'll see XBB 1.5 is 47.4%, XBB 1.9.2 is 16.6%, XBB 1.91 is 13.6%, XBB 1.16 is 10.2%, XBB 2.3 is 6.9%, and XBB 1.16.1 is 3.3%. Again, you're not seeing that new variant at a very high level here either, though it is higher than the other region. Region 9, Arizona, California, Hawaii, Nevada, American Samoa, Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands, and Federated States of Micronesia. In this region, XBB 1.5 is at 39.7%, XBB 1.16 is at 17.4%, XBB 1.91 is at 13.4%, XBB 1.92 is at 9.2%, XBB 1.16.1 is at 8.3%, XBB 2.3 is at 6.5%, FD.2 is at 2.1%, and XBB is at 1.9%. So interesting, FD.2 does come in a little bit higher here. But for the most part, in every region you're seeing so far, all the XBBs seem to be leading the way. In Region 10, Alaska, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington, this is our final region. In this region, XBB 1.5 is 34.7%, XBB 1.16 is at 22.8%, XBB 1.91 is at 11.6%, XBB 1.16.1 is at 10.3%, XBB 2.3 is at 10.1%, XBB 1.92 is at 6.4%, and XBB is at 1.9%. And you do see, if we come down here, that XBB 1.5.10, it's only 0.2%. So there's only really one region where it is in double-digit numbers, that XBB 1.5.10. Something we'll have to watch. Usually these odd variants that just randomly pop up like this are ones where they tend to do well for some reason in Region 7. That's why I often call it the wild card region. But as you saw there, it was actually in the lowest value in that region. So we will have to see what happens. And no variant at this point in time is really racing to become rapidly ahead of everything else, because there are just so many variants at this time. We had thought, or a lot of people had thought, XBB 1.16 would quickly take over everything else, but here we are. We're left with multiple variants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least in Region 10. There are 5 that are in double digits, and when you go back to the national level, you can see here, there are 3 that are in double digits, and multiple others that are getting close to that. So we'll just have to see how this plays out going forward, and this could perhaps be why maybe we're not seeing a big wave right now. in the United States. Maybe perhaps if one of these were, quickly racing ahead, we would be seeing higher cases. But honestly, I guess the fact that we're not seeing higher cases, that is a good thing. But again, as you know, we do miss so many cases from people not getting tested, the at-home test, or whatever the case may be. So we'll have to see what happens. That does it for this week's variant update. We'll have another one, not next week, but the following week, because remember, these are every other week now. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button down below. I will see you all again next time for the pandemic update later on this afternoon. But until I see you all again, stay safe, everyone.